he is on a roll, and he's as hot as a firecracker today.
Got a pair of southpaws in this one. And Riga Kalfas stepping up in frame number 1. Our second match of the day, facing Bill Heflin and not there.
Starting out with the hard 7. We opened this game with a shot of the crowd, and there's, as usual, we've got just an unbelievable supporting crew of people here. Jen, who we got?
Well, our BPA sponsors, the main men at the BPA, we've got Mike McDonald from Stumps, Jerry Bettinghouse from Eastgate, Bud and Tess Boskin from Fairfield, Dave Lockwood, Northwest manager. We also have Joe Minster, who is a sports writer for the Hamilton Journal, and I think it's great what he's been doing since Cincinnati Enquirer. We no longer have our bowling writer. It's tough to get bowling in the paper anymore. I don't think it really gets the acknowledgement it deserves.
I think Joe's going to have an article to start out tomorrow. Kalfas misses 7 in first, you know. And Heflin strikes and strikes and strikes.
That's right. You could write about that all day long. But out of curiosity, how did he miss that? Is it just a lack of concentration?
If you're going, see, in warm-ups, I did not see Riga shooting a lot of cross-lane spares. You have to become familiar with the whole playing surface, not just the area you're going to strike on, Tommy. And unfortunately, you pay a pretty high price for a lesson when you miss one when the game starts. First ball that has not been flush into 1-2 in 13 frames.
I was getting ready to say that's not the kind of shot we've seen Bill Heflin unload throughout the afternoon so far. You know, Jennifer, you were talking about Joe Minster. He is one of the true characters in Cincinnati as far as the media is concerned. Yeah. Great man. He's on the Reds beat, Bengals beat. He's everywhere, I tell you what. And it's good to have him aboard the show.
I've seen him on the bowling beat already, man. He's a very nice guy, very funny. And he's a great writer. As a matter of fact, he won an award, an achievement award, for 30 years of promoting bowling, which is great. He's a true supporter.
Well, that's what we need. And in years past, we had a lot of support from a lot of other medias, but I tell you what, we do not get anything as strong as WLW. Channel 5, you've been backing us up, and you rolled so many promos yesterday, Tommy. We'll probably have people from Dry Ridge up to Hamilton and Dayton watching us today.
They're going to take a look at a good-looking match here. Riga Kalfas comes right back after that badly missed fair in the first frame. Regains that composure and drills one right there.
To show you how, long the game really is, Tommy, and you can position yourself. Drastic mistake in the first frame, missing an opening with a 9 count to fill. But what it's done is, with Bill not capitalizing on the strike in the first, he's only 11 pins behind, and 11 pins in a game where there's 8 more frames to go is next to nothing.
And he's going to try to come right back now. That was a crucial ball for him, as you mentioned, Dave, to come back with that strike and really build his confidence right back up with another one here. He got it.
Now, in between frames, in between games, I went in town and talked to Bill Heflin. Bill, what do you think about the lane? The left lane, he says, is hooking a little bit more, so you have to be firm with the shot. So what we saw on that particular occasion was Riga being firm and the ball not quite getting up. So if either lane's going to give him a problem, it looks like the left lane today. Another crash 7.
Well, that is the right lane.
Yeah, well, flush into 1-2, Tommy, that could be a pin position. That could be 2 or 3 inches and rolling a little late. But when you fill the pocket that full, you really can't make too many changes. We've got some other people here today, too, I think. Jen?
Sure do. We have Joey and Wendy Durking, who is the daughter of Sue Durking, who is in the hospital, and I'd like to give her a get well wish.
Susan, get well.
Get well.
Doggone it. Stay out of that big white building. We've got another friend, too, while we touch on it.
Right.
Little Kristen, I want you to get well, too, honey. It's very important, too. Your daddy. Bill Heflin.
We also have Walt Tarpley from Durban and Dave Miniger from Harrisonville.
And Irv Hoinke.
And Irv Hoinke from Westernville.
Indeed.
Tell you what, Bill is now made the adjustment. He's full up on it. Let's watch it on the replay. Solid 7. We've been leaving a lot of them lately. Watch how it is left. The ball going down the lane a little too far. Bill looks, he's talking to it. Bring it on home. That's the 4-pin going to the wall, wrapping right around the 7.
As you mentioned, try to pick up the spare, and he does easily. And with back-to-back spares, all of a sudden we have got a match on our hands, David.
You bet we have. We got 12 frames out there to fill. Actually 10 frames, but you get a couple of bonuses in a 10th if you happen to do well, so I call it 12. And Riga can really, really jump into the driver's seat even with an open in the first frame.
Jen, tell us a little bit about Riga Kalfas. I know he was on our show last year.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, he was playing against Don Scudder, who's another very experienced player. He's 20 years old. He is very young. As Dave said, he is well schooled, you know, which is important. The junior programs really bring about good bowlers, good basics.
Phenomenal.
That's as basic as it gets.
You betcha. Throw 10 in the pit. Every pin doing its job. I tell you what, Riga is lined up, and he's going to give Bill everything he can handle. After shooting a great game in the roll-off, a super game for our first game on the telecast, Bill Heflin having trouble getting a 7 out now. Could be in trouble long time.
Right there on the camera, you have the judge. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Judge.
The judge, world famous, I can assure you.
Thousands of people screaming happy birthday, right? Is his name Wapner? No. All right, on the left lane, Riga Kalfas looking to make it 4 strikes in a row and take the lead.
It's good. Got him to go.
Little emotion on that shot. I tell you what, he wants it. Does he want it? You bet he does.
We're going to take a
On
break.
Oh,
No, we're not.
this is a great, great shot. Six board coming in. He's rooting it home. Yes, sir. 1-2 pocket filled up. It's a little tight, but that's the 6-pin. Taking it out, and we're going to be right back because we have a match for you in just a few moments.
The Honkey Classic. Car.
And the match, at this point in time anyway, belongs to Riga Kalfas. He has an 11-pin lead with a double working, which makes it 21 pins. Bill Heflin, unfamiliar position for him.
Well, back-to-back spares. He needed that strike and came right back with it.
That's absolutely right, Tommy. 21-pin deficit can only be overcome if you throw a lot of X's. It's back down to 11 pins at this point.
I'd like to thank Todd Schiller today from Western Hills Ford for bringing us an LTD Crown Victoria ready to be driven home.
That, of course, is if we should have a 300 game today. Came close quite a few times last year. What happened there?
Well, as we said in the setup, when I talked to him, Bill's opinion of the pair was that if either lane was more hooking than the other, I mean, he said the left lane. Obvious that time after leaving 2 very strong 7-pins, makes the adjustment there. You're looking at it, the 4-7-10. Very, very difficult to bring back. He's going to stand to the right of the approach, throw cross lane, and hopefully slide that 4-pin into the 10. It looks close.
He gave it a gallant effort. You know, we talked about last week the fact that you have to adjust the lanes, Dave, as you mentioned. And is Bill not doing that as well as he would like to at this point?
It's good that you picked that up, Tommy, because how difficult is it for a man that's shot 270-something, 260-something, to now, at this point, start making changes? It's very difficult, equated to an off-speed pitch for a batter. I mean, you know, he can drive the fastball into the cheap seats, but boy, you hang a curve on him, a slow curve, and he's going to look like a fool.
Swinging about a second and a half before it even gets to the plate.
You betcha, and it's tough to make that adjustment, but Bill Heflin can do it. But unfortunately for him, this man, Riga Kalfas, is lined up better than anybody I've seen yet.
Boy, now he has made a brilliant comeback in this match. Of course, you remember back to the first frame, he missed that 7-pin, but he had come back up until that shot with 4 consecutive strikes. Now, how difficult is this to pick up?
It would be more difficult for someone of lesser talents, but Riga should have no problem with it. What he would do, he's going to throw the ball and just hopefully hit left or right of center. I'm sorry, right of center on the 3-pin, the 3 into the 5, and then the ball to carry over into the 10. Shouldn't be that difficult, but he can chop this spare. That's the thing.
You see the look of concentration on Riga's face, and steps right up there.
Just like that.
Whoa! Man, you call that, Dave. That's the way to do it.
Well, that's the optimum way, and like I said, it's not all that difficult because of your positioning on the lane. Let's watch it on the replay. We said just to the right of center of the 3-pin. That's exactly what he's going to do. Now you're going to watch the 3-pin. Center one there. Take out the 5, the ball into the 10. Very, very easily done.
Got qualifying going on next week, don't we, Jennifer?
Yes, we do. And Fairfield Lanes qualifying will be, it starts 9 a.m. both days, Saturday and Sunday. They have shifts every hour and a half. There will not be a 4:30 shift, however, on Saturday or Sunday. You can call Fairfield Lanes at 761-9274. Get your spot.
My wife will be glad to hear that there's no 4:30 squad. I'll get home on time for a change. Riga Kalfas left lane. After bringing back a fantastic split, Bill Heflin opening, this replay will show you where his head is, and that is in the winner's circle. Perfect shot. Head pin, center your screen, going straight back. That's the 2-pin going to the channel. The last one out of there, reluctant, but gone.
A lot of pin action there. Heflin answers right back with the strike of his own. But as we look at the match at this point, Dave, I guess Mr. Kalfas is clearly in control.
Well, both players have a strike working in the 7th frame. The only trouble is 30-pin difference. 30 pins with 3 frames to go. Not inconceivable that Bill Heflin could make up the deficit. There you see it. But the only way he can do it is if he strikes on every shot from here on out.
That's the way to start it. As we mentioned in the last game regarding Daryl Higgins, Mr. Heflin is not going to throw in the towel.
We have qualifying also today for next weekend show at Brentwood Bowl. Come on out to Brentwood Bowl and you know, try and qualify for this show.
Okay.
I think everybody's capable.
Oh, wait a minute. There's one guy right back here that is not capable.
I'm not going to
that
put
right
my money on Tom, no.
No way. One of the best people around in town for sports, Mr. Brenneman. I love your show, but do not put on bowling shoes and try to bowl.
I don't think I could qualify with the bumpers.
Except for fun. I'd love to have you out for fun, buddy, but not for this tournament. We got some tough people out there. Oh, don't go to the fridge yet again. This match is not over. Riga Kalfas going right straight through the heart, leaving the 4-6-10. Difficult is probably the most optimistic word. Impossible is more like it. He should take the 6-10, and Bill Heflin is back in the game.
Well, Riga picked up an excellent spare just a few short moments ago, but this one a bit more difficult indeed. That is his first open frame since the first.
Yes, and the first open frame in the first was just a mental lapse and being unfamiliar with the territory. That was a bad, bad shot.
Now, how important is this one for him?
Well, it's super critical. It's the 9th frame is always your building frame. His opponent, Bill Heflin, has strikes in the 7th and 8th frame. He's got the momentum back. Let me tell you what, when Bill Heflin smells blood, he's like a shark. He can come in and get you, buddy. He can come in and get you.
Well, Riga doesn't want to be the prey, so he is going to have to bury 10 in the pit right here. Taking a lot of time. That's what you got to do. Okay, right.
Thank you to our sponsors, too, from Hudy. Once again, they all came out. Tony Plank, Bob Schwerking, Ken Brand, El Cataro, Ken Rippinger, Fabulous people, good beer.
Great beer
Great
and a great
beer.
shot out of Bill Heflin. This gets him back. You want to see motion? This old guy can cover some boards. That gave him the lead, Tommy, and he was actually running out. Let's watch it here on the replay. I don't think we're going to get his body English too much, but we can get a little body English on the pins. Crucial shot. He can take the lead. Head pin. Oh, what?
Got a little reaction.
Yeah. Bill got pumped up.
You better believe
We
it.
got to get Dave on the show. You want to see reactions, Tom?
And we'll be taking out the score table.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll put a remote mic on it. Now, there was a lot of reaction there. Mr. Heflin's still doing it.
That's as excited as I think I've ever seen him get.
I would agree with that.
The piste de resistance, does he do it? Yeah, he throws it. It's only perfect. 1-2 pocket, annihilated. That's the 5-pin laying in the horizontal position. Bill Heflin just said, take that, Riga.
That's right. These young guys, I'll show you how to do it.
With this strike, Tommy, let me tell you what. He can force Riga to get the first two. Soft 7, the soft 7, and that opens up the door for Riga to not go home yet. The ball's going to be in his court, as we say, and on the replay you can see why. The 4-pin, second one from the left-hand side of your screen, is not going to do its job. Look at it, go to the gutter, lazily lay down, not go after the 7-pin. That shot allows his opponent to possibly win the match, and Bill will have no control from this point on.
Well, he does have control over picking up the spare. Does it nicely.
We're going to see here how Riga handles the pressure. It's not easy. I remember seeing last year, the show that I was on at Pin House, a guy had 8 in a row. Who was that guy who had 8 in a row? Anyhow, he opened in the 10th with a big fat split against Don Scudder, and so it's never over till it's over.
There you see the score, dissolving out to Bill Heflin, knowing that he has, shaking his head on the 7. He knows if he carried that, he'd be going on to our championship round. As it is, Riga Kalfas can be in the final match if he strikes here.
He's answered on a couple of big shots already today. And he does it one more time for the kid. Look at it. Riga's saying, yeah, I want to be back as the king.
Now that only gives him the opportunity, and we can watch it here, you know, giving him the opportunity to go on and meet the next guy. But I'll tell you what, it was a great shot, but the ball gets heavier, Tommy. The ball gets heavier. He's got to have this one.
Jennifer mentioned the fact that Riga is young, Heflin a little bit more experienced, but you couldn't tell the pressure was on Mr. Kalfas right there. He drilled it.
This is what this is what match play is all about. He's got to have this one or the party is over.
And he says, thank you very much, Mr. Newray.
Yeah. How about that? I tell you, the replay shows it all. Does he make a good shot, and what's he do? Yeah, he throws it wide, but he straps the ball for all it's worth. Watch the reaction. Yeah!
Says good night, Irene.
That's how he won the city match games.
That gets the blood circulating the hands when you do that. You're right, Jennifer. That's how he did win it. A lot of crucial shots, throwing great shots. He's going on to the championship round to meet our king from last week. Mike Ackerman.
As you mentioned, Riga will move on to face our current king, Mike Ackerman. We'll be back with the Hudy King of TV bowling in just a moment.